First News with Keeler in the morning on WIBX and WIBX950.com.
What's the easiest choice you can make? Window instead of middle seat? Picking a vendor who sends a great gift basket? Outsourcing business tasks you hate? What about selling with Shopify? Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real-life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit 1 million orders stage. Shopify's there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell. Wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/try. Go to shopify.com/try now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/try.
Dr. Hall, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing this morning?
Good. It's been a crazy morning. My question for you, though, is there's a pond, there's a baby.
No. We got to ask it to everybody now.
I know what his answer. You would save the baby, right?
Of course you would.
Yes, I would.
Yeah, I think you'd have to. I mean, it's a baby, for God's sakes.
Well, does the Hippocratic Oath cover animals? I mean, it does for babies.
Does the Hippocratic Oath cover animals? I don't think so.
Unless you're a vet, probably.
It doesn't really specify humans or other animals. It just specifies taking care of... Well, no, actually, it does specify humanity.
Yeah, humanity.
Okay.
All right, there you go. Okay, so the numbers continue to decline. We continue to open things up. The governor, of course, earlier in the week has made it official. The masks will come down. I'm wondering, for somebody that the masks will still remain up, you being that person and all the staff there inside the hospital, is there a little part of you worrying? I know several people that I've spoken to this week who say they're still going to wear the masks.
Yeah, so yes. If you're asking me, is there a part of me that is worrying? Yes. So certainly anytime that you start to loosen up what are reasonable, public health requirements, then there is a chance. In fact, I would say a better than even chance that we're going to see something of an uptick.
Yeah.
I can't tell you exactly how high that's going to go, but look for increases over the next couple weeks. Does that translate into people coming into the hospital? Most likely it will. But certainly not to the extent that we saw over the winter or even last spring. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that, number one, the masking still is required in certain circumstances, healthcare facilities being one. I know that a number of businesses are also continuing to require masking, which I think is a good thing. And then there are people who are just saying, hey, so the CDC is saying that if you're vaccinated, then you can stop wearing masks. But there's no way really to police that in terms of whether you're vaccinated or not. So some people, out of reasonable caution for themselves, are going to say, I'm not going to take my mask off. And people who aren't vaccinated are going to say, well, the CDC says that I should keep wearing a mask, so they will. So it's going to be huge, but it is going to be something.
Of course, public transportation, any hospitals, nursing homes, schools as well will have to still keep the mask in place. Although, interestingly, I think it's Texas. The governor has passed I guess it would be a mandate where schools cannot require masks in Texas. I thought that was, as political as you can get. I mean, if a city wants to mandate that, why shouldn't the city be able to mandate that? But you can't in Texas because the governor has stepped in saying it's not going to happen. The other part of this is they're saying if you have any condition or are taking medications that weaken your immune system, you may not fully be protected by the vaccination. Talk to your healthcare provider. You probably will still need to wear a mask for your own protection.
Yeah, so that's something that we just know about, the immune system in general, is that, you can give something that stimulates it, but if your immune system is suppressed for any reason, so, that could be from medications, it can be from disease, then you by your very nature are not going to be able to mount the type of response that would give you the protection that you need. So in that case, certainly, that is a class of people that I as a physician, if I were a primary care doc to somebody, I would say it is in your best interest to wear that mask.
All right, I want to switch from COVID to cancer, if you don't mind. Yesterday, this is something that started, I believe, last year, but it was made official in one of the medical journals yesterday, that the requirement now is, the advisement now is, people over 45 and over should begin at age 45. You should start getting colonoscopies.
Yeah, so this is following the data and looking at what the incidence of colon cancer is and the age at which it starts, and we're really trying to make sure that we're capturing it as early as possible, because as you know, if you capture it early, then it can be cured, and if you delay any significant amount, then it becomes much more of a bad actor.
What are we? What are they saying for those? Like, for instance, I knew that, and I was almost 10 years late in getting my first colonoscopy, which was stupid on my part. But what's the recommendation? So it's 45 for everyone now, and the reason they're doing it is because they're saying there's been a real uptick in the younger population that are coming down with colon cancer, and you do wonder what the cause of that is.
Yeah, so there are a lot of factors there are a lot of studies and individuals looking at factors associated with colon cancer. And certainly genetics is probably a big thing. Some are looking at diet and different types of diet. Some are looking at are living in different environments. So it is, as with everything in life, pretty multifactorial, and so you have to really parse it out for the individual.
They also say the task force, which this, by the way, is a recommendation from the U.S. Task Force on U.S. Preventative Services Task Force, is the one that made this recommendation. They're also saying prior to this, it was people 45. I guess they are recommending 45 to 75. But the task force also recommended selective screening among adults ages 76 to 85, depending on the patient's overall health. So would that mean that someone who's healthy, that looks like they're going to live to be 100, it would be wise for them to get a colonoscopy?
Yes, that's exactly what they're talking about. So as you get older in life, you really have to weigh always you have to weigh the risks and the benefits. But in that case, you have to say, so if you caught a cancer, would you do anything about it, given the fact that given the patient's overall condition, they may only be living another 2 or 3 years, and subjecting them to surgery and things like that may actually be shorten their lifespan.
Okay. And then finally, I wanted to ask about, it was recommended to me after I finally revealed to my doctor that colorectal cancer was common in my family, both my mother's side and my father's side, that I should have had, at that time, a few years ago, I should have had my colonoscopy at age 45. Have they lowered that for people that have a history?
So I believe they have. I would have to look and see what the specifics are on it, but I believe that they have. So I will tell you that my late wife's family had a huge history of colon cancer, and she started getting colonoscopies at age 40. So I believe that has been lowered as well.
All right. They're saying that between from 2000 to 2016, people the age of 40 to 49 years of age, colorectal cancer is up by 15%. That is that's the number. So very interesting. Yeah. Okay, Doc, we always appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Okay, well, thank you, everybody. Please be safe.
Have a great day. Thanks. Dr. Kent Hall. So that recommendation came out yesterday, and real men get tested, something that Tim Reed and I have really pushed over the last few years. Really, the message is get out there and get tested.
This podcast is sponsored by Ramp. Are you the decision maker in your company? Consider this. For the first time in decades, there's a better option for a corporate card and spend management platform. Meet Ramp, the only corporate card and spend management system designed to help you spend less money so you can make more. Most corporate credit cards offer points as incentives, but those points amount to less than their worth in real cash value. Ramp's business cards offer you cash back, real money in your pocket. Plus, you control who spends what with each vendor. And Ramp's software collects and verifies receipts automatically, which means you'll stop wasteful spending and close your books in hours instead of days. Businesses that use Ramp add up to 5% to their bottom line the first year. If you're a decision maker, adding Ramp could be one of the best decisions you've ever made. And now get $250 when you join Ramp for free. Just go to ramp.com/easy. Ramp.com/easy. RAMP.com/easy.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank and Celtic Bank, members of FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.